Okay, so it says recording audio through headset. So hopefully this sounds good. So this is day, I don't know, is it day 5 maybe, because it's Friday. I didn't record a video yesterday, but I did go to the gym twice. So anyways, I would say this is day 5 of God and plus discipline. And so I looked up the word discipline, and I cannot pull it up while I'm recording, but it does say the ability to obey, I think, a certain set of standards, and then an understanding, I believe, that there's consequences if there is no obedience to that. I have to go through. I'm just paraphrasing. So I took that as this. We all know that there are consequences for every action that we do. If I decide to comfort myself with food in regards to issues or stresses or something like that, the consequence of me doing that is being fat, right? So if I decide to exercise or work out every time a level of stress comes, then I'm disciplining my body to understand that we are going to take this energy and work it out, and then we are going to process it and move forward. It becomes a problem when we pick devices or vices that end in destruction, right? So the Bible says the wages of sin is death. There are things that we all know that happen or people do that end up in some type of death. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be physical death. That's the way it ends. But it does end up being like a death as far as like you being able to control yourself. Sometimes at some point it becomes nature for you to be an uncontrolled person. Anyways, that's why being a disciple is so strenuous. I remember one time I had got mad at this lady because, you know, like I wasn't big at that time, but I was on the way to being that way. And what was happening is that I was reading the Bible and getting all of this spiritual word, but I wasn't giving it out to anybody. So my body was a reflection of me not doing the disciple work. I wasn't being disciplined in it. All I was doing was reading it and then keeping it to myself. So I was overindulging in something and not exercising what that thing was, right? So she had pointed out that there was some kind of article that said that the reason that a lot of Christians are fat or obese is because we just go to get fed the word, but we don't do nothing with what we're getting fed. So we're just going there for comfort. And I got offended. This was years ago. And I actually had to go back to that woman and apologize to her because it was true, right? It was true. And so eventually you get levels of correction. So I got the correction. I chose to overeat because, one, I was eating at the wrong times. So I wasn't even really overeating. I was just eating at the wrong times. I would work and then I would eat like real live junk food, like a full meal, and then go straight to bed. Like it was terrible. It's terrible. And so what I call that is the sumo wrestler diet. With that being said, my life prior to this, I was always working out. Like there was always something that I was doing that was active. Like I don't even remember having a sit down job when I was younger. I didn't. So, you know, and I was constantly in the gym or at the dance studio or something of that nature. There was always some type of movement. And even when I was working at the doctor's office, when I would have a break or something like that, I would go outside and walk around the building, you know what I'm saying, just to keep that level of exercise going. Well, when I started focusing or over-focusing on building my business and all of those other things, you know, I would just eat and then not exercise, and I would consider me standing all day good enough, right? But my body, my metabolism has always been active because I was active. So with that being said, it's the redisciplining yourself. I disciplined myself for the last couple of years to feel better or feel comfort when I eat, right? And then so now I have to rediscipline myself to go ahead and exercise out that situation, process it, and deal with it appropriately, and then deal with the consequences of that. As long as I'm taking the time to be healthy is the thing, then that is what it is. I do feel as believers, and this is just the believers, that when we don't live a disciplined life, it is a reflection of the level we are in, or level of relationship we have with Christ. We have to be disciplined. And our bodies will reflect that. Our homes will reflect that. Our children will reflect that. So that is really that's my little talk this morning. So day 5, I probably will not work out Saturday, and I will not work out Sunday, and I'll resume. So I think I'm going to stick with the 5 days a week and go from there. But anyways, I feel really good, to be completely honest. And I actually enjoyed it this week, to be honest, to get back in that type of routine. So now it's time to, with over the next, duration, I'm not going to say how long, to develop a schedule to fit this disciplined life. So you have to understand the importance of discipline, but you definitely have to understand the importance of God in maintaining that discipline. God plus discipline. We need it. We need the word to remind us of why living a disciplined life is beneficial not only to you, but to people around you. And so everybody have a happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I thank you for all of those that do tune in now, and then for those that will tune in the future. Have a great day.